I really like this kit for so many reasons. I really love this kit. It took us 3 years to get here. This is basically the generation 4 in our 3-inch kit. And it does require a little more skill because right here at the house, you have to be able to cut the riser. We do have a 3-inch kit where you just connect the 3-inch pipe right to the leaf filter, and that's the easiest for a DIY. But if you're handy with tools, I really recommend this kit. This is a single run, and after we're done showing you this, I'll show you how to do 2 downspouts into 1 main line. The small holes in a catch basin are so that it doesn't hold water after a rain.
All right, so I'm just going to talk about what the guys did here. We have our French drain man's not quite a 90. Again, you know, we tampered with it. It's a few degrees off, guys. We got automatic slope, which is beautiful. When shingle gravel falls into this fitting, it won't pile up because this fitting is sloped. This line is sloped. All the shingle gravel is going to go right to the catch basin. I like to have the catch basin close. I really prefer it, you know, just 3 to 4 feet. Like it is right now, it's 4 feet. A lot of times I'll have it in just even a little bit more. This is real permeable soil. It's sand. We're going to drill really little holes in the catch basin, really small, because we don't want to be losing too much water at the catch basin when it's raining really hard. The guys did a really nice job on this. Beautiful job, really clean. Leaf filter looks straight, flat to the house. We have nice slope down to the catch basin. We still have to tile tape right here and right here. You want to put enough tape to where you have this fitting taped. You want this taped here, and you want this taped here.
The most important part is right here. You have to tape that fitting. You want to make sure you tape it really good so that it's waterproof. You do not want that fitting to be leaking right at the house. It's a good idea to also tape the catch basin. During a hard rain, you don't want to be losing all that water right at the connection of the catch basin. This ensures a really nice solid connection, and it also keeps the tree roots out. Always make sure to put drainage stone underneath your catch basin. That way, after a rain, the water that's left in the catch basin can leach into the stone, and the stone can carry it over a greater area to leach it into the subsurface.
This 3-inch pipe goes underneath all these sprinkler pipes. We got 5 sprinkler pipes. Went ahead, put the 3-inch pipe right underneath. Nice slope. Always connect 2 pieces of corrugated pipe with an external coupler, not an internal coupler, and then tape it with tile tape. Beautiful job. These are 2x3 downspouts in white. Homeowner wanted white leaf filters. They look beautiful. They look really nice. There's so much slope here, there's never going to be any water in this system.
We were able to take this 3-inch downspout line through all those sprinkler mains, and we were able to get the water far away from the house. This was a single downspout example.
This is a beautiful example of how to do a downspout. Now we're shallow here, so we have this offset coupler set to where it's higher to the surface. Then we come down here, we're deeper in the grade, so we have the offset lower. You can see how the offset is low here, how the pipe is flat here. We now have this new 3-inch coupler for our Pro Kit. This is for our Pro Kit, and it fits our 3-inch plus pipe. This pipe is a little larger in diameter. Special 3-inch pipe. We're making it just for yard drains. Guys are doing a beautiful job.
The 3-inch Pro Kit gives you more flexibility, more options when it comes to adjusting your slope and your depth of your line. This is a level 3 kit. We recommend it for advanced homeowners and of course, contractors.
So this is why we love 3-inch pipe for yard drainage. We go under a sprinkler line right here. We go over a sprinkler line right here. We go under another sprinkler line right here, and we're maintaining the perfect slope, by the way. So we got a 4-inch riser on the leaf filter, and it's going to the French drain man, not quite a 90. And then we have our 3-inch offset adapter to get us to the 3-inch pipe. This is a beautiful kit. This is our Pro Series. This is our Generation 4. This is our 3-inch plus kit.
When you're digging your trench, you want to make sure you have a really flat bottom in your trench. If you see any high spots, you want to take down those high spots. You want it to be completely flat throughout the entire bottom of the trench. I'll tell you what's going to happen if you have a high spot. It's going to cause a little area for the pipe to dip. I always say there's absolutely nothing wrong with corrugated pipe. If it fails because of the installer. Always start your line as shallow as possible so you can create slope in a flat yard, and keep your catch basin very close to your downspout. The further it's away from the downspout, the more contamination throughout the line.
Always tape up the fitting really good right at the catch basin, where you connect the pipe as well as where the coupler comes to the catch basin. Now you want to tape your Y connection. It's a lot easier to do it now.
A question I get asked often: if you're tying 2 downspouts together, do you use one catch basin? And typically I prefer to use a catch basin off of each downspout. Each one will hold 1 gallon of shingle gravel.
This is the perfect example why we made the 3-inch plus kit, and while we've gone to 3-inch pipe for everything when it comes to downspouts. We're under a sprinkler here, we're over a sprinkler here, and we're under a sprinkler there. We didn't have to cut the sprinkler system. We didn't have to molest a brand new sprinkler system. Now this is 4-inch pipe. You can see the difference. Now if we were going to try to get that pipe in this trench, we were going to have to cut all 3 of those lines. You can just see, as a homeowner and as a contractor, you're going to want the 3-inch line. You're going to want it because it's ease of install, and you're going to want it because you're going to have less modifications done to your sprinkler system. Irrigation systems, they don't go well with yard drain systems. They catch heck, unfortunately, and we know this. And we've never been able to use 3-inch pipe because nobody made the fittings. So now we're making all these special fittings.
Whether you're a DIYer or contractor, you want to have a helping hand. Work in pairs. It's so much easier to tape up your underground buried downspout system. You want to use plenty of tile tape on all the connections. You want to seal it up. That'll keep out all the tree roots and shrubs. This is a beautiful tie-in, the way the men wide 2 downspouts into 1 discharge line. Your line is going to stay cleaner when you're discharging 2 downspouts into 1 line. And yes, you can run 2 downspouts on a 3-inch line. We do it all the time. Just make sure to put some pea stone around the pop-up emitter and do not tape the pop-up emitter. Tape it up real good here at the Y, at this intersection where they merge together. It's really important that you have a really good connection.
So this is a perfect example of 2 downspouts wide together. Beautiful example. Nice slope on the system. The catch basins are at the perfect distance off the house. Right away, we're going to be dumping shingle gravel off the roof. It falls out of the downspout into our French drain man's not quite a 90, which is ramped and set with a lot of slope. We want to get all that shingle gravel to the inline sediment trap. Now we could run this line as far as we want because we know that we have no contamination in the system. We caught all the leaves right here in the leaf filter. It's going to catch all the leaves. Super easy to clean the leaves out. We still have to attach that downspout. We go right into an inline catch basin. This is for shingle gravel. That's for organic material like bark, sticks, tree seeds, twigs. You'd be surprised what you catch with that. And then this will get your fines, your shingle gravel, any small debris, heavy tree buds that won't float to the pop-up. It's a beautiful example right here. Really nice job. Another inline sediment trap there, another leaf filter here. These are merged together. We got a main line. Really nice work. Really nice work. Again, this is our 3-inch plus. It's a little bit bigger. It's plus size, 3-inch. Really nice. I love it. It's what we're using for all our downspouts.
I'm going to show you some new tricks. We have some new parts. We have some new tricks up our sleeve. This underground buried downspout system is like no other. We have reinvented a few components when it comes to building an underground buried downspout system. Now notice how the leaf filter and the riser come down the wall of the house. When they go underground, that fitting's not a true 90. It's not quite a 90. You can see how it's sloped. It automatically puts the correct slope on the line to the catch basin. This kit scored 10 out of 10 when reviewed by contractors.
All right, this is what the perfect downspout run looks like. We got a leaf filter with riser. Our 90-degree French drain man's not quite a 90. This already has the slope figured in. We went to 3-inch corrugated. We have our 1-gallon inline catch basin. This will hold 1 gallon of shingle gravel. Just pop that top, clean it out with a shop vac once, every couple of years, just for a peace of mind. Notice how we're under the sprinklers. This is our 3-inch plus line. This is a really big 3-inch line. It's bigger than the other lines. We make special fittings for our 3-inch plus. Look at that. Just go under or over all the sprinklers. Beautiful install. Beautiful run. We got to the other side of this big tree. We're getting the water far away. Never dump the water on the side of the house. Do it right the first time. The only two things the homeowner has to do is take this door off and take the leaves out in the fall. And then for peace of mind, take the center out in this leaf filter, push a garden hose through. Now we built this for easy service. We have our French drain man, not quite a 90 down here. It's not really a 90, guys. We're cheating. It's off a few degrees. And it's ramped too. So the shingle gravel, it won't just fall and pile up anymore. It's just going to work its way right to the catch basin. Now, if you just put a garden hose inside that leaf filter once every couple years, just run the water to the catch basin, you'll catch any shingle gravel that might be laying in that pipe. Just for peace of mind, it's worth doing. But this 3-inch plus goes underneath or over sprinklers. This is a beautiful run. Job well done. Right here to a pop-up emitter. We have our pop-up emitter that we get our hand down inside. If tree buds and tree seeds happen to float and build up inside there, it's real easy to maintain. We do not tape right here. We want this to leak. We got a pocket of pea stone and some drain fabric. That way, what's ever left in this fitting, when the storm is done, it could leach away into the subsoil. It's a beautiful job by a professional crew.
In my 38 years as a contractor, there has never been a kit for underground buried downspouts. There's been a bunch of parts on the shelf that weren't compatible. You had to retrofit all kinds of parts from all disciplines of drainage. The only way we were going to get a custom fit is if we made the parts ourselves.
All right, we're doing an unboxing of our 3-inch plus pro kit. Show you guys everything that comes with it, everything that's included. You get a leaf filter, and the leaf filter is your choice. Black or white. And then you also have to know the size. This is a 2x3. Some are 3x4. We also have a 4-inch round. Got a pop-up in here. Our pop-up allows the grass to grow on it and not over it, so it'll always discharge water. We have the pop-up fitting. This is adjustable and it swivels. If your pipe comes in low, you have it set like this. If your pipe is shallow, you just go ahead and swivel it. Your pipe comes in at a higher level. This is a really nice fitting. This is a custom fitting. It's not really a true 90. You cut this down. Our kit 10 is the skill level 1. I say this is like skill level 3. You got to be able to have a hacksaw and cut this to fit. This is our 3-inch plus. This is a little bit bigger than most 3-inch lines. This is everything that's in our 3-inch Pro kit.
Finally, we no longer have to compromise. Every single part is custom. Nothing is a compromise. We didn't take anything from any discipline other than yard drainage, and all these parts were custom made just for yard drainage. Never done before. First time ever. This is what it looks like to have the perfect underground buried downspout kit. Rated 10 out of 10 by all contractors. This is perfection. There are several ways to get underneath a sidewalk, but the most common way is just to dig with a narrow shovel. When you dig with a narrow shovel, the bottom of the trench is not perfect. So how can you be reassured that you're not going to have a belly underneath the sidewalk? Because I'm here to tell you, most runs that are under sidewalks are bellied. Well, what we do is we put a culvert pipe underneath the sidewalk. It'll allow for a perfect sleeve so you can push the 3-inch corrugated pipe through.
You're close enough to where you lifted, basically you just lifted that 3-inch pipe off the bottom of that trench. Now I know there's no belly in it.
You're right at the edge of the street.
You're like perfect, just like that, man.
This is key. If you don't get this right and you leave a belly underneath your sidewalk, you're going to catch all the tree buds. Different things are going to settle there, and over time it's going to plug it. You can see we have a piece of dual wall 4-inch culvert pipe. And if you don't have that accessible, you can use a piece of Schedule 40 PVC 4-inch and put the 3-inch plus right through it. We know there's no belly underneath that sidewalk. We started this line really high, so we slope down to where we get under the sidewalk. This 3-inch plus line is so much easier and so much better to get under the walk with no belly. This is a beautiful run done by a professional crew. You can see the culvert pipe right there, 5 feet of culvert pipe. If this sidewalk is ever replaced, if they ever bust this sidewalk out to do brick pavers, if they ever bust out the concrete because the concrete has cracked and it needs to be replaced, it's not going to affect the drain tile. It's not going to impact the underground buried downspout system because the sleeve will protect it. Notice how shallow the 3-inch plus line is. Look how high it is. You start out as shallow as you possibly can at the beginning of a run. That way you can create more slope. Your slope will run right to your catch basin. You'll get all the debris through the pipe to the point to where the catch basin is at, and then it'll get caught at the catch basin. When you want it done right the first time, follow these steps, and you'll have an underground buried downspout system that'll last you a lifetime. Our 3-inch plus kit comes complete with everything shown here. A question I get often in the comments section is what to do when you're going to be pouring concrete over your underground buried downspout system. Well, here we have a great example. The homeowner is going to be putting a walkway down the side of this house, so we have to prep it knowing that there's going to be a concrete company coming in behind us to put in a walkway. We're using our 3-inch Pro kit. This is the largest 3-inch line in its class. We went ahead and we sleeved it. We're going to tape this connection right here, but before there's tape on it, I wanted you to be able to see it.
We got a 3-inch pipe going inside a piece of 4-inch dual wall. There's going to be a sidewalk right here. The guys did a beautiful job getting the slope right. They've worked really hard on this. We're really deep up by the house, but they're going to form in and put a sidewalk in. And since we don't know if the contractors come and they're reckless and careless, they're going to damage the pipe. If they hit the dual wall, which is just being used as a sleeve, it's not going to damage the pipe that we're using for drainage, which is the 3-inch. That's our 3-inch plus. This is our Pro kit. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. Really nice work. Really nice work. Again, this is our 3-inch plus. It's a little bit bigger. It's plus size 3-inch. Really nice. I love it. It's what we're using for all our downspouts. The guys have the catch basin taped up really nice. They got the couplers, those offsets, they're set at their deepest level because we had to go deep because there's going to be a cement sidewalk put in here. This is French Drain Man's not quite a 90. You're going to get a better flow. Instead of the water just slamming into a 90, we have this ramped, real subtle. We tweaked this 90 a few degrees. It's not quite a 90. It's going to put our lid to our pop-up down a little bit, which I want. I want the water to run away. Don't tape this right at the fitting. The French Drain Man's not quite a 90 fitting. We don't tape that. So the guys, they put drainage stone underneath where the pop-up fitting connects to the 3-inch pipe. No tape. That's where you're going to leach all the water away after the system's done running. You're going to remove all the bulk water during the storm. We're going to discharge the bulk water safely away from the house. As you can see, we're probably 25 feet away from the house. Guys did a beautiful job. This is a beautiful job done by a professional crew.
Everything you see here comes in a kit. This is our Pro Kit. And if you need a dual wall sleeve, we sell that in our yard. And if you buy pallet orders, we can put it on your pallet and ship it to you with the rest of your order. In this video, we're going to show you a couple of examples with some bonus footage on the different options you have for installing underground buried downspout systems. These examples are going to be of different 3-inch kits. Now, 3-inch lines will go over and under irrigation systems, meaning you don't have to make all those modifications. Underground buried downspout systems and automatic sprinkling systems clash, and when you can weave them through one another, you are far better off. Now, in this first example, this is our 3-inch Pro Kit, and this is the one for contractors. DIYers can buy this too, but we do have an easy DIY kit that I'm going to show you right after this. This comes with a riser, and it comes with our French Drain Man's not quite a 90 fitting that puts us on the automatic slope. It's a really cool system, but in saying that, there's a little bit more to cutting this riser and making sure that everything fits just right. There's an additional stack up right at the house. Now this is complete. This is ready for the pipe to be hooked up and then ran to the inline catch basin. Now let me show you the easy DIY connection. We're going to avoid a couple of different steps by connecting the 3-inch line directly to the leaf filter. We have a special coupler that takes our 4-inch leaf filter to our 3-inch line. You just slip the leaf filter on your downspout. It doesn't matter if it's a 2x3 or a 3x4 or a 4-inch round, and that's it right there. There's your easy DIY Kit 10. This is our Kit 10. The Kit 10 goes together so easy that you really just need a shovel and the kit itself, nothing more. Very user-friendly. Now our Pro Kit, the stack up, you do have a benefit to the stack up. It's super easy to get a garden hose through the leaf filter and you push it through the French Drain Man's not quite a 90 right to the catch basin. When you run a garden hose through it like that, it chases all the shingle gravel that might be in the line right to the catch basin. We like the catch basin to be really close to the leaf filter. That way you don't contaminate your line. About 3 feet from the house is where we'd like to see our inline catch basin installed.
When attaching 2 corrugated pipes, always use an external coupler and use good tile tape. Really good, super sticky, super stretchy tile tape. This is an external coupler that's connecting these 2 corrugated pipes.
This system's now fully installed and it's ready for backfill.
So the way we built this, super easy to clean the leaves out. Take the center out, push your garden hose through. Our French Drain Man, not quite a 90. Push your garden hose through with the water on. it'll chase all the shingle gravel right into this catch basin. Keep your line nice and clean. Just do that once a year for a peace of mind. And you only have to check this for leaves, usually in the fall. And then after winter, once you get going in the spring, there's probably a few leaves that have been blown around. And that's it. You're good to go. Very low maintenance. And this is how you build a downspout line to last forever.
You always want to start out as high up at the house as you possibly can so that you can create more slope down to the catch basin. Now, this is going to be some bonus footage. We're going underneath a brick paver sidewalk. There's a bunch of base material underneath the brick pavers. We're forced to have to go deep, so we're not going to cut the 12-inch riser at all. This was a situation where we had no choice. The frost was pushing up the old system, and it had lifted all the pavers. We're going to build this with a sleeve. We're going to take a dual wall piece of culvert pipe, and we're going to push our 3-inch Pro Kit through that sleeve. We're going to make the connection to our French drain man's not quite a 90, and we're going to tape it really good. That last part I can't stress enough. If you don't tape these connection points up near the house and you leak water right at the foundation of your home, all this work was for nothing. The men are generously applying really good plumbing tape to those fittings to ensure we have no leaks up near the home. Now, because we started out so deep, we had to run this line even further away. It sloped the entire length of the run, but we had to take it all the way to the far back of the backyard. We pitched it. This kit, this Pro Kit, comes with everything but that sleeve. Everything you see here is what the Pro Kit comes with. This kit was built for the pros and the advanced DIYers. The roots were terrible when we were putting in this underground buried downspout. We were chopping out a lot of roots. There's a silver maple growing right in the middle of this yard, and it's just getting started. It's rooted in, and it's well on its way. They're aggressive trees. They crush pipes of any kind. Our number one goal is to build our customers an underground buried downspout system, French drain, yard drain, sump pump discharge line that will last them a lifetime. We spare no expense. When you want it done right the first time, give French Drain Man a call. Now you can see that in spite of the high cost of this root preventer, that we generously apply this root preventer.
All right, you can see that we have an aggressive tree right here. Really aggressive, fast grower. A lot of roots, a lot of suckers. You can see what the guys did. They went ahead. They put in copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is going to push those roots away. They won't choke the pipe. They won't crush the pipe. You can see right there, we went under some anchoring roots. This is a beautiful install by a professional crew. They went ahead and used the black turf restrictor. It gets lost in the landscape. Really like that. We had to core this. We had to core this to get through. There's some bluestone here. You can see that there's some wet set, some concrete. We went through that. We'll put some self-leveling in there. Our 3-inch plus goes under there so nice. Just beautiful job. Matter of fact, what the guys did is they went ahead and they got a 4-to-3 reducer right here. And they just went ahead and just did a sweeping 90 with the 3-inch plus. They did a beautiful job. I love that. That'll get lost in the shadows. Again, this tree is going to be trouble. This tree would crush the pipe. It'll crush any pipe in the future if you don't put down copper sulfate. Then we got a green pop up here to match the grass, and it's kicked down. The French Drain Man's not quite a 90, kicks the nose of it down. You want this to be lower than here. You want to direct the water away. Beautiful job, perfect install. This crew's attention to detail is like no other. When you want it done right the first time, give us a call. These guys, they get it right. The guys did a beautiful job putting this bluestone back together right where they went ahead and cored through this walk. This bluestone is wet set and it's set on concrete. So the guys had to core through that. It's a beautiful job. Again, we used the black turf restrictor plate on our inline sediment trap with a solid cover. That'll just get lost in the landscape.
Tree roots are the number one enemy to any drainage system. You have to go to great lengths to keep those tree roots from clogging your system.
We have a beautiful example of an underground buried downspout system. Let me show you all the components. We have the leaf filter. It's also a downspout adapter to 4-inch pipe. This fits in 4-inch anything. It could be PVC Schedule 40, could be PVC thin wall, could be triple wall, anything. Single wall corrugated, dual wall. This is a dual wall, 12-inch riser. Notice how high the guys are with this line. Look at how high this line is. That's done right. Always start this as high as you possibly can get it. That way you can get some slope. So this is sloped super hard to the catch basin. It is so exaggerated. And I love that. There's just barely enough dirt to cover that. That's how shallow that line is. This is textbook. This is perfect. This is what you want. Hard slope right to your catch basin. This catch basin didn't need any risers where it sits. They drilled some holes in it. They went ahead and put drainage fabric under it and then some pea stone. We have a coupler that connects the 3-inch Pro to the basin. Look at how well that's taped up. Spare no expense when it comes to taping up these fittings, especially with tree roots like you see. The blue that you see is copper sulfate. Copper sulfate's going to push the roots away. It will push the roots away. That's what we want. We could see that in the future, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, these roots are going to start to choke this pipe. Not when you do this. Generously sprinkle some copper sulfate. This is beautiful. We had to go under this one sprinkler line. Unfortunately, sometimes you're forced to make this hard decision. Do I go over it or do I go under it? The guys had to go under it to maintain their slope. And they had to go a little deeper all of a sudden than they would have really wanted. The nice thing is the 3-inch pipe allowed them to go under it. They didn't have to cut that sprinkler line. Huge advantage when you're not cutting up somebody's sprinkler system. Beautiful pop-up right here. The nose of it is kicked down. Again, this is not quite a 90. Now this pop-up, because we had to go under that one line, this pop-up needed to be on a couple risers. Let me show you what that looks like. Actually, there's one riser on that pop-up that gives it a 2-inch bump. Again, these risers, they have this ring, so when you backfill this and the dirt is up against this riser, this ring gets caught in the dirt. So when you pull this off, if you ever need to, you don't take the riser with it. No screws hold that on. It's just a slip fit. Our entire system clicks together, slips together beautifully. There's never been an underground buried downspout kit that would allow you such ease of install. Honestly, this is our Gen 4. It took us a few years to get here, but we're really happy with it. There's nothing left to improve upon. This is perfection. This is the perfect underground buried downspout kit. You're looking at 24 feet of the 3-inch Pro. This pipe is on the larger side for 3-inch pipe. In its class, it's the largest 3-inch pipe. We had to make a special fitting just to make all these connections. This is a beautiful job by a professional crew. When you want it done right the first time, give French Drain Man a call. This is beautiful.
Copper sulfate crystals. That is trees' kryptonite. This will push roots away. Not just prevent them, but push them away. If you found any of this information helpful, give us a thumbs up. It supports our channel. If you have any questions about this installation, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.